Welcome to the Portrait Archive. He entered the world at the precise stroke of midnight, as a violent electrical storm erupted over the small Croatian village of Smiljan. The midwife, witnessing the timing, declared it a bad omen, a child of darkness. But his remarkable mother, Nikola Tesla, who could recite epic Serbian poetry by heart and invent her own mechanical appliances, gently corrected her, "No. He will be a child of light." This is the story of Nikola Tesla, not merely an inventor, but a visionary who perceived the future in fully formed visions that haunted his mind. He conversed with lightning and constructed the technological foundations of our modern world. Yet behind the brilliant, crackling arc of the Tesla coil and the popular legend of the eccentric genius lies a far more complex and tragic portrait, a man whose brilliance was both his greatest gift and his most profound curse. Envision him in his prime, a figure of striking contrast. Standing 6'2", impossibly gaunt, with long, delicate fingers and piercing eyes that held an almost supernatural intensity. He moved with an austere elegance, always impeccably dressed in black. His mind, however, was his true workshop. He possessed a form of synesthesia and a photographic memory so vivid he could visualize complex machines in 3 dimensions, mentally assemble them, run them for weeks, and identify potential wear on components, all without drawing a single schematic. He described these visions as arriving in blinding flashes of light, sometimes leaving him temporarily blinded and paralyzed, moments of what he believed was a direct connection to a universal consciousness. His journey to greatness began with a foundational betrayal. Arriving in New York in 1884, a penniless idealist, he carried nothing but a letter of introduction to the already legendary Thomas Edison. The pragmatic Edison, the king of direct current, saw potential in the young immigrant and offered him work. Recognizing the crippling inefficiencies of Edison's DC system, which could not transmit power over long distances, Tesla presented a solution. Edison, intrigued, promised him the then astronomical sum of 50,000 over 1.5 million today if he could successfully redesign the flawed DC generators. Tesla threw himself into the task, working day and night for months. He delivered not just improvements, but a suite of 24 revolutionary designs. When he asked for his promised reward, Edison merely laughed. "You don't understand our American humor," he scoffed. The betrayal was a searing wound that would forever shape Tesla's view of the world and ignite one of history's greatest technological rivalries, the War of the Currents. This war pitted Tesla's brainchild, alternating current AC, against Edison's direct current DC. Partnering with industrialist George Westinghouse, Tesla championed AC, a system that could travel vast distances with stunning efficiency. Edison, desperate to protect his financial empire, launched a vicious smear campaign, branding AC as lethally dangerous. In a grotesque public relations effort, his team publicly electrocuted stray dogs, cats, and even a rogue circus elephant named Topsy using AC power, a process he called being Westinghoused. But truth, like electricity, cannot be suppressed. The defining moment came at the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago. There, in the White City, Tesla and Westinghouse unleashed the full glory of AC power, illuminating over 100,000 incandescent lamps in a spectacle of such pure, magical brilliance that it single-handedly won the war. This triumph was cemented by the Niagara Falls Power Project, which harnessed the mighty cataract using Tesla's patents, proving once and for all that his system would electrify the 20th century. His mind, operating at a frantic, almost frightening pace, gave us the invisible architecture of our modern world. Beyond the AC polyphase system, he laid the groundwork for radio, wireless communication, remote control, and robotics. His Tesla coil, a resonant transformer that produces spectacular arcs of high-voltage electricity, became the iconic symbol of the mad scientist, yet it underpins radio technology today. In his Colorado Springs laboratory in 1899, he generated artificial lightning bolts over 100 feet long, capturing the power of the Earth itself and claiming to receive signals from another world. He dreamed of a world wireless system, a global network for sharing information, voice, and free energy for all humanity. This was the public Tesla, the visionary, the wizard. But this is only one portrait. To understand the man, we must step into the shadows of his secret life, into the labyrinth of his mind. His genius was inextricably linked to a psyche plagued by profound obsessions and sensitivities. He was haunted by the number 3, feeling compelled to walk around a block 3 times before entering a building. He was obsessed with germs and cleanliness, demanding 18 fresh linen towels daily and abandoning a restaurant instantly if a fly landed on his table. He calculated the cubic volume of his food before eating and was filled with a visceral revulsion at the sight of round objects, particularly pearls, which he could not bear to touch. He claimed to possess a hypersensitivity that was both a superpower and a curse. He could hear a watch ticking 3 rooms away and feel the tremors of an earthquake 100 miles distant. A simple beam of sunlight on his skin could feel like a physical blow. This constant sensory assault meant he could only find creative solace in the silent, lonely hours of the night. And then, there was his greatest, most secret sorrow, a love story of the most peculiar kind. In his later years, living in a New York hotel, he developed a deep, devoted bond with a specific white pigeon that visited his windowsill. He called her his sweet, beautiful bird, his one true friend. He claimed they shared a spiritual connection deeper than any he had with a person. "I have loved that pigeon as a man loves a woman, and she loved me," he would confess. When she fell ill, he spent over $2,000 a small fortune desperately building a device to keep her alive. When she died in his hands, he said a light went out of his life, and he knew his life's work was finished. His grandest dream became his ultimate undoing. Wardenclyffe Tower, a colossal 187-foot structure on Long Island, was to be the first node in his global wireless network. But when his financier, the ruthless J.P. Morgan, realized the system was designed to provide energy that could not be metered or monetized, that it was, in essence, free for all, he withdrew his funding. "If anyone can draw on the power, where do we put the meter?" Morgan famously asked. The tower was left to ruin and was eventually demolished for scrap. The man who electrified the world was left bankrupt, broken, and increasingly seen as a deluded eccentric. He spent his final decades as a recluse, a spectral figure holding court with pigeons in his room at the Hotel New Yorker, while the world he helped create, a world of radio and power grids, bloomed around him, often forgetting his foundational role. He died alone in room 3327 on January 7, 1943, a man out of time. His true portrait is one of devastating contrast. He gave humanity the very lifeblood of the modern age, yet died in penniless obscurity. He dreamed of a universally connected, enlightened world, yet lived and died in profound isolation. He could command the raw power of the planet, yet found his deepest connection with a single, injured bird. He was a prophet who saw the 20th century before it arrived, and a prisoner of a mind so brilliant it could not find peace in the world it helped to build. He was the man who invented the future, but could never quite learn to live in it. Thank you for listening. This has been a portrait of Nikola Tesla.